Hello and welcome back everybody, this is HFKSDFJ. As the title says, this video is going to be about my content plans for Ace Combat 7 and 5. I got the deluxe edition of Ace Combat 7 and I pre-ordered it for the PS4, so I'm also getting Ace Combat 5. Real quick, for Ace Combat 5, this is basically a remaster, like the Bandicoot games, where they're just being updated, visually, other things being added into support. From my understanding, it's not a complete direct port. It's being improved upon, and we're probably going to get trophy support. And to my knowledge, you can only get it through pre-orders, so that sucks. I plan on doing something like a review, but it's more a comparison to how it was on the PS2. I won't have gameplay of PS2 to do direct comparison, because fortunately I don't own something to do that on anymore. So beyond that, I will make some of my more normal videos where I add music to gameplay, which has now been, there's an entire playlist called GMV for game music videos. And I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 playthroughs of it. I don't know if I'm going to cut out the cutscenes because of it was a PlayStation 2 game, so if I do one, it's going to be a blind playthrough of it on its own to see how it improved, and maybe another one on the harder difficulties. I don't know. But beyond that, not much else for it. Ace Combat 7, I'm probably not going to touch the multiplayer because right now the only thing that's confirmed for it is a Battle Royale and Team Deathmatch. I could give a shit about those. May do a review of Ace Combat 7, haven't decided yet. Definitely making GMVs. Probably not going to do a day 1 live stream. But I plan on making reviews for the aircraft and planes for both games, probably. It's most likely that's going to happen. But those will take time. And of course, I'm probably going to do a tips and tricks guide on maneuvers and how to improve your survivability, yada yada, for each game. Beyond that, the GMVs, I want to do 2 Let's Plays. Keep in mind, I am not guaranteed all this will happen. These are plans of what I want to do with the games. But I do plan on making a lot of content. Now, the 2 playthroughs I have in mind for Ace Combat 7 is a blind playthrough of it, meaning this is why I'm leaning towards not doing a day 1 live stream. It's where I recorded my first playthrough and let everything play out and all this and enjoy it without having to worry about a stream. And if I do and when I do that, I'm definitely cutting out cutscenes, and if I'm not in direct control, I'm eliminating it more than likely. I may eliminate some things when I am in direct control to try and keep spoilers and anything ruining the story to a minimum. I want to make that as try and minimize that impact as much as possible. Now the other one will be on the hardest difficulty. This one I will give a disclaimer right now. Depending on how bad it is, and I'm not saying bad in a bad way, but if I'm having too hard of a time and getting too pissed off at it, because I've played a few, and I'll go through the list, I may just stop that one outright. Now, to give you an idea of what I mean is, I've played other Ace Combats. I've done 4, 5, 0, Assault Horizon. I've completely played through them, their campaigns, and unlocked everything in them. But Assault Horizon did a lot of multiplayer, and Infinity is a bit different because that was a free-to-play, but I did play a lot of it. So, there is that. Then I did Ace Combat X, beat the campaign multiple times, just then unlock everything. Now, 1, 3, and Advance. I played but never completed. So I've had all those. But there are other games. There's XI, 2, 6, what was it? Assault Horizon Legacy or something that was on the DS, and then there was another one for the PSP. I forget that one's name. And then there was one for mobile a while ago. And then there was one called Air Combat 22, which is also similar to the first name of the original game. Ace Combat. There is actually no game called Ace Combat. It's Air Combat. They switched over to Ace Combat at 2. But there was one called Air Combat 22. It was an arcade one. And if I remember correct, that's all of them. So, I have a lot, and it just, if I'm getting too pissed off at the hard difficulty, I will end it. But I'm going to try and get through it. I may do more playthroughs. It just, I don't know how all it's going to go. Mainly because I don't know the content plans for the future of it and everything. That's where I'm kind of sitting right now. Because I want to keep an open mind. But these are the basic ideas I have. Now, I may, if I do some multiplayer stuff, I will. But I wouldn't hold your breath for it. It's just for the team deathmatch and battle royale. No, if they had came back, I forget the mode's name, but it was in Assault Horizon, where it was basically you had to capture bases by destroying all the ground targets that were in the area and maybe some air ones to push it, and then gain the ability to attack the enemy base, which would then give you access to bombers, and of course you could bring in healers. It was a great mode, and I really wish they brought it back. Because, no offense, it did not need DFM or ASM, really. They could have easily tweaked it to play without it. So, I just like, if we had something like that in co-op right off the bat, I would have said yes. Now, since I am getting on the PS4, there is the concept for the PSVR. Now, this is not from what I had to originally understand, campaign would have been fully playable. Then I was led to believe some of the missions, but it's actually a independent campaign. Since I do not have VR, I am not going to be able to play it. I really, really want to get VR for it so I can play it. When I do, I'll probably do the gameplays of that. Do similar content for it. But it's very nice, and I want to do all this for these games. But I can't say how quickly the content will get out. I'll try and get it out as fast as possible and everything. Oh, and I will probably do trophy guides and then a roadmap like I did for Valkyria Chronicles Remastered on the PS4, which surprisingly has been one of my most viewed videos. And what was it? I think it's one of two, if I remember correct, that are over 700 views. So, and I know how those videos go. So, somewhat like guide like that. You sometimes have to, while you're going through, you have to stop the video, then come back later on just to finish up, so you can keep track of things. But if I make another one and it gets as many views, I'll start trying making those roadmaps more than trophy guides. Just trying to get the trophy guide thing going completely may be a bit annoying for me. It's just I do want to do it some. It's just I haven't had any games I truly wanted. But beyond that, there is nothing else for those two games I have planned at for the moment. Now, that's it. I'm going to let this video played out because this is a very hilarious match, especially the ending. So, I'll talk to you all later.
die.